We have, for the first time on the show, a jeweler right here in Houston, Texas, a long-established jeweler with exciting news to tell us, Zadok Master Jewelers. We have Jonathan Zadok on the show, and here he is. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. Glad to be here.
This is the first time to have a jeweler. I am so excited about learning what your company does and some of the things that are happening. But first of all, right here in Uptown Houston, I call it sometimes the center of the Houston universe, there's exciting things going on all the time. But your company is moving into not just another store, but into a new building that is your building, right?
That's correct. I mean, we're pretty excited about it. It's amazing to see all the changes happening in the Uptown area, the new dedicated bus lanes, all the flowers and the trees and the sidewalks. We just feel like it's just getting better and better. So we're so glad to be a part of that with our new building.
That is exciting. And your company has been established, let's tell people, it started in the 70s. Is that correct?
So in Houston, we've been in Houston for 45 years. I'm seventh generation in this business. So a few years before that, great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather started it. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to take it to make sure we have a home for the next generation.
Well, that in itself could be 20 different shows talking about businesses with generations and generations. Right there, that is very fascinating, I think, to many people. But it goes back so far, and you're planning. Part of this expansion is part of your plan for the future generations you're speaking of.
It really is. I mean, the background of why we really wanted to develop our own property and create a property that could be generational is really so that future generations of our family can still be in the jewelry business. So many small businesses have had to close because the properties that they were in were redeveloped. Big landlords came in, built big buildings, and basically priced them out of the market. And so we were trying to stay a little bit ahead of that so it wouldn't happen to us.
First of all, let's tell people, before we talk about the expansion in Uptown with your new building, give us a word on the jewelry business right now. How has it been for you this past year, and what's the outlook ahead?
That's an interesting question. The business has been okay. Obviously, March, April, May, June were definitely very, very tough months. I mean, we were closed about half of that time. We still went to the office, tried to help as many clients as we could, but you can only do so much when your store's not open. The last several months were actually very good. Thankfully, I think being established small business with a large clientele really helped. Knowing our clientele really helped. So people, even if they didn't feel comfortable necessarily walking in the store, they could reach out to a salesperson that they've dealt with for years who generally knows their husband's, their wives' tastes and get recommendations as to what to buy. So, it's about really becoming more of a stylist at some point than it is even being a salesperson.
In fact, it makes me think about, even with real estate professionals, anticipating your customer needs are so important as well, and having that relationship, that's happening all the time at your company.
Sure, it's no different. I mean, it's all about service, and I think when it comes to a real estate agent or somebody that works in real estate, it's the same thing. I mean, there's the same pieces of land around, same homes around, so why should you hire, one realtor over another? Why hire one, or why to go to one jewelry store over another? And really, it's because of the customer service you get, the knowledge you get, and the experience you get.
As I'm thinking about real estate and jewelry, Jonathan, I'm just thinking that there's some realtors cashing some big commission checks. Time to get a brand new watch, some more jewelry, and or some super closing gifts for just that right customer.
Hey,
we're on to something.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
No doubt about it. Well, as far as the things, your jewelry store, we don't want to assume that people know exactly what you have in there, but give us an idea when we talk about jewelry and your store, Zadok Jewelers. What are the things that are very popular that you're selling there?
The basics are always popular. Pendants, studs, engagement rings, tennis bracelets, watches, more and more sport watches. It's amazing as the world has changed because of COVID, and even previous to COVID, men aren't dressing quite as much in suits as they used to be. So trends are starting to change more towards sport watches, casual watches. People are more casual today than they ever have been, and so jewelry is also trending that direction.
No doubt about it. And also, as far as trends and evolution, we have seen Uptown Houston evolve just in the last couple of years in an incredible way. And the building that you will be in, let's tell people about that and the continuing evolution of Uptown Houston. then
Sure.
you're a major part of it right now in a bigger way even.
So the building we've developed and we're going to move into in a few months is a 5-story building. It's about 112,000 square feet. We are one of the retail tenants, and we have 2 restaurants. One of them is going to be Uchiko, which is the sister restaurant of Uchi from Austin that also has a location on Montrose and Westheimer. Just an incredible place to eat. Really an experience. Kind of going back to, there's a lot of sushi restaurants, but very few can give you the experience and the type of food that you get at Uchi. So we're really excited to have them. Our lead office tenant is going to be Northern Trust, which is one of the largest private wealth management companies in the world. We're really excited to have them. We really wanted to develop a building that was relatively small so that we could basically, not take too much risk in building a building that was empty from the beginning, which paid off now that COVID has hit. But additionally, we wanted to have a lot of tenants that had synergies with each other. So, for example, our clients are Northern Trust clients, their clients are Uchiko's clients, and so on and so forth. And so we're looking for tenants that sort of fit that need and that profile.
As far as what the building will look like, where will your storefront be positioned? And give us paint a picture, if you would.
So this building is very different than 99% of buildings out there. At first, we started looking at lots of different designs, and either it leaned very much to office or it leaned very much to retail. And so we were trying to blend the two mixed uses together so that one didn't really overshadow the other. And so we actually separated the retail, and we're on one side and the restaurants on the other, with a very, very grand entrance porte cochere with 26-foot tall ceilings. We really wanted to feel more hospitality than we did office. And so that's the direction we went. And Michael Hsu, which is our architect out of Austin, I think did a wonderful job capturing that.
I can't wait to see it. Are you going to have a grand opening?
We hope so. We're going to have a soft opening, and we are really hoping to have a grand opening as soon as social distancing COVID rules allow us to. So we're pretty pumped about it. These days, it's just really hard to schedule that kind of stuff. You schedule it, and
challenge, yeah.
you may have to reschedule it. So we just decided better to wait and do it when we know we can do it. Additionally, because of COVID, there's supply chain issues. With I'm sure people that are in construction have faced these issues. We face them, and it's not just the fact that there's supply shortages, but it's also the fact that a lot of times the people that are either transporting the supplies or producing the supplies have had COVID outbreaks in their factories, and therefore, they're just not able to produce.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We have to be ready for anything in this world ahead of us. But the one thing's for sure, you're going to be opening sometime, and it's going to be soon, first half of the year, it sounds like, and it'll be a great place for people to go and those that have been doing business with you to continue the relationship, and no doubt you're going to attract some new customers along the way.
We hope so. We're definitely moving shortly. It's a bit of a moving target, but we may not have it 100% done when we move in, but we're moving in regardless. And I think that most people sort of have come to understand that there are COVID-related issues that can't be easily resolved, and so we'll do the best with what we got. I think the whole last year has sort of been a little bit like that, right? People have kind of done the best with what they have.
And regardless of the virus that's been upon us since 2020, as far as your internet business, do you have an internet business that you've been working with in the past few years? We do.
We have an online presence. I will tell you that, online fine jewelry and watches is a little bit different than your average online business. It's not like ordering toilet paper and dishwashing soap off of Amazon or Walmart. It's a very different type of process. So a lot of people use our website more for education, more to find items, and then they many times will reach out to us and ask for more information and either purchase on the phone or ask to have it put aside so they can come in and look at it. So it's definitely a different type of business, but it's a very important part of the business because today it's your front door.
No doubt about it. And Jonathan, we're talking with Jonathan Zadok Master Jewelers. Jonathan, before we close the segment, what else would you like people to know about?
We're just really excited to be part of the Uptown community. We're very excited to be part of the Houston community. We're a one-store operation, family-owned and operated for over 45 years in the city. And, the city goes through a lot of ups, a lot of downs. COVID's hit a lot of cities strong. And we just want to say thank you so much to all of our our clients who have been so wonderful and loyal to us over the years. And we can't wait to welcome you into our new store in a couple months.
Now let's tell people the website.
Zadok.com, ZADOK.com. And you can also call the store at 713-960-8950. Again, that's 713-960-8950.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Jonathan Zadok. Thanks for being on the show, Jonathan.
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate it.